they don't have an offensive line.
Jesse the Body and Squirrel live.
Welcome back, guys. This is Squirrel and Jesse, as always, back for segment 2 on a lovely Wednesday morning, afternoon. Actually, it's about 3:50 where I'm at. So you're about 4:50, almost 5 o'clock where you are.
No, it's 3:50 where I'm at.
So it's 2:50 where I'm
2:50.
at. Yeah, my computer's messed up here. So anyway, guys, I told you after the break we'd get to a spreadsheet and a few other things. I wanted to show you this. I wanted to screen share everybody so you can see. This is what it looks like, kind of when you put a bunch of stuff together. So when I was telling you about these, everybody who's not hitting their projected, that's all in the red. See that? Seems like I got a lot more red than I do green in some places. So don't think that the projected, and see, even if I hit and look, if you notice a bunch of the green, that gives me a light blue. That's a win. A light orange is a loss. I lost with 151 points. Nothing else I can do. Nothing else I can do. Well, I lost with 156 here. And look, everybody's green. There's nothing else. You know what I mean? There's nothing else you could do. Switch a few of the guys from your bench. That's what I could have done. Each week, look, both of these weeks, exactly the same. 2 wins. I couldn't have done really anything better other than a few switches. So don't beat you. Look at this. Look at that bench. There, nobody hit a projected. Look at this. Look at this week 1. Nobody hit a projected, and I won. So don't beat yourselves up on the projected, non-projected. Things aren't, he's going to get more points than him. The hell he will. You don't know that. You don't know that. Matchups. Think about matchup. People that are on runs, on streaks. They're going to get the ball. They're going to keep going. Puka Nacua, Tutu Atwell, go get him. Zach Moss, Jerome Ford, go get him. Jalen Warren, go get him. Okay? Little guys, small names, go get them.
Yeah, for sure.
Jesse, you had something a little bit after the break you wanted to talk to us about. What was that?
Well, that was you're getting into, damn, look, somebody just went off. You're getting into a point now where you might start to look at the waiver and be like, dang, it's not there's nothing there that I feel comfortable with. So that brings you up into maybe doing some trade deals, and you'll start to see in your leagues where trade deals will happen. And this is a time for them, especially with as many of the running backs that we have that went out. Somebody could have, an Alexander Mattison or Najee Harris on their team, which hasn't been producing too good this year. But then they got Kyron Williams, and they already, saw something in advance and got Gus Edwards or a Justice Hill, where they might come off. So you start to look at what other people might have out there. So you could present them not just like, I'm going to trade you this guy for this guy. Give them a little synopsis of why, hey, you got this dude, let me get, and just to maybe reassure that you get that little nudge up under their ass to get you what you need. So that's what I always look for too, because, for instance, everybody's looking for a running back right now.
Yeah.
I mean, you got guys out there like, on our big league, 5'1", 3'8", 1'4", 3'4", 9'2", Matt Breida's at 10'2", he's the highest for a running back. And it's like, I'd rather still go try to trade for a Mattison or a Najee Harris, because you might have a good wide receiver piece that you could unload.
Yeah, I mean, I get it in that sense. And like you said, when you're when you're going on the wire and you're searching, don't just search for, oh, I like that guy. Where's he at? Where's he at? Like Jalen Warren is on our wire right now. Justice Hill is on a wire. Dalvin Cook, Joshua Kelly, Gus Edwards.
Justice Hill is not. It won't be on it long because
No. I'm on a Yahoo league right now on a public Yahoo league where everyone's Ezekiel Elliott, Latavius Murray, Daniel Ashane. Watch out for this guy or the Devon
Achane.
Achane, bro.
Yeah.
They were giving that. Like I said, that guy's gonna get some work for Miami, man.
Yeah.
I'd go get him right now just to maybe you could pop him in a flex if you
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like there's he's not available in this league, but there's wide receivers. Think about this. DJ Moore's right there.
I just added Kareem Hunt. I just went and got him.
Kadarius Toney, Josh Reynolds, Zay Jones, Smith Schuster, Boyd, Woods, Darnell Mooney, Romeo Dobbs, Kendrick Bourne, Adam Thielen, who's got 5 stars this week. You see what I mean? And I don't know if anybody understands what that means. When people have 5 stars, like in the Yahoo League, under the thing, they'll have stars. Now that's matchup stars. Those are matchup stars. That is how good of a matchup he is for the defense they're playing. I don't kind of understand why he has 5 stars against Seattle. Being as Carolina, but you know what? It could pop off. These guys kind of know what they're doing. That's why they do this and they built fantasy. So, I think that people really need to check the wire. Like we've been saying, check the wire every day. Like DJ Moore's on here. He gets some work. Josh Reynolds, like we already talked about, he's going to be his guy. Got 31 fantasy points this year in 2 weeks. It's 15 points a week. You can't ask for too much more out of wide receivers. You can't. I mean, that's where the line is. 15 points. Quarterbacks, you want 20 points out of a quarterback. You want 15 to 20 out of a wide receiver. You want 20 to 25 out of a running back. But good luck getting a running back.
So I'm saying there's not many out there.
Don't stress if your wide receivers. Don't sit here and drop a wide receiver if he got you 12 points this week. He's gonna do that.
Yeah.
Because there's 3 other wide receivers on that football team that are catching footballs, not just one guy. Okay. What is your take on tight ends? I think tight ends one of the harder. Excuse me, before I cuss it out. One of the harder daggum positions to fill, to fix, to find, to get a solid, one to stick with all year. You were even talking the other day how you like switching defenses up a lot. Kind of gotta push me along and push me on to why you do that.
The thing that tight ends, it's so hard now. I mean, some of these tight ends have been putting up some good points. We were like high on guys like Sam Laporta, and we went and picked him up. Like he's a plus 21 right now. I think like a guy like Hunter Henry, he's out there. He's in our big league. He's on there right now. Plus 45. He's got the most points, pretty much the most points in the league. Yeah. As far as it's TJ Hawkinson and then Hunter Henry, and he's available. So, when it comes to players like that, we were talking when we said about, trades and alluding to that guys ain't out there. That was more the running back position in general, a little bit of the wide receiver. But like I said, Hunter Henry's out there.
Yeah.
Hayden Hurst, he's out there. And it's guys like that, where you could still maybe go and pick him up, which
you're out here just picking people up, dude.
And that's what you gotta pay attention, because those guys are still out there. They're few and far between, but this is the tight end position we're talking about. And you're talking about getting somebody that is the second best in the league right now.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fine.
no. As I'm looking on the wire too, I'm finding. I think there's, like you said, Hunter Henry's in one of my public leagues right now. Yeah, he's projected 5.3 points, but he's got 28 points this year. That has to be so. If you just go back and like we've been starting to say every time, stop letting this projected points thing fend you off. Because he has gotten 10 points, nearly 10 points over his projected both weeks.
Mhm.
Okay. Don't let that sit there and fool you. You know, who's another big guy for me? Luke Musgrave. I think he's gonna start coming back, coming around. You know, he's had a game or two. He was over his projected in the first game. Didn't really hit his projected in the second game. You mentioned a guy just a second ago, Hayden Hurst. Was a great tight end in Cincinnati. That doesn't make him a bad tight end because he went to Carolina.
No.
That just makes his production go down a little more. Smythe might get some work this week, being as Miami is gonna run through Denver. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's an absolute wash of a game. Logan Thomas is on here still. Now, 2
Yeah.
years ago, Logan Thomas was a catch, but I wouldn't say that much anymore. Now, if I go over to my Yahoo leagues, and just to show you guys that it's not just Yahoo, there's some stuff there, there's not stuff here, bro. There's, like you just said, you're over there in our league just snagging people, just
Yeah.
just picking people up.
Dropping and snagging.
I'm in
know-
I'm in a Green Bay Pro head-to-head points pro PPR league. So just so you guys know, that's what I'm in. Players, let's see what we got. Just check this out. Running backs. This is right now. Jalen Warren, Justin Hill, Khalil Herbert, Kenneth Gainwell,
Jeez.
your boy Reynolds, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, I can keep going down, bro. Wide receivers. Kendrick Bourne, Devontae Parker, your boy Dell, Shaheed, Vance Jefferson, Odell Beckham Jr., Allen Robinson. I told you.
Jesus.
There he goes. Let's see. I'll take Allen Robinson. Who do I drop? Let's see. Let's do this in front of everybody. Wide receivers. I got Alan Lazard. Yep. No, I don't even have to say that. Dropping him. Done. Yep. Look at that. Quick as a button. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, we go back to even like trading. So I was the first, I had the first trade, my running back situation is, was hurt right off rip, with Austin Eckler going down, and I had
Right.
I also had J.K. Dobbins. I was high on J.K. Dobbins
Yep.
this year.
He's gone too. Yep.
And so I went to a guy in our team that needed some wide receiver help, and he had Mac Jones, and everybody was down on Mac Jones, but I seen enough in week 1. I said, hey, listen, would you rather have Mac Jones and Derek Carr? And I'll do a wide receiver that, and give you my wide receiver, and you can have Derek Carr. And he was high on Derek Carr. He's like, yeah. We ended up just trading Derek Carr for Mac Jones because he started to probably do a little bit of research. And I was a plus like 15-point differential.
You did.
He said, reel them in, hook, line, and sinker. And that was presentation. Just like when you're fishing, you got to present it to him. Yeah. You got to present it to him.
You even said it too. He probably went and like, oh, Derek Carr. Wait a minute. When he was here, hey,
You're talking 4,000-yard guy. Hey,
wow, touchdowns. You know what?
What?
Mac
30
Jones? Yeah, sure, no problem. Now,
Exactly.
simple as next week, all I needed him. Probably could drop Mac Jones for somebody else even. But I'll tell you what, Mac Jones puts up a certain 20-some points. Derek Carr put up what? 11? 8?
8.9.
Didn't even hit the 10. You know? I don't care what anybody says, but that on me, sir, is a good wash. That's all that was, buddy.
That's all it was.
That's it. He got you. Sorry. Jesse wins on this week. And if that trade alone. Did you play Mac Jones?
I did not.
See what I mean? No matter what, and if he played Derek Carr,
He did.
that's where you win.
Well, and here's the thing. He
Simple.
has no other backup. I think. Hold on. Let's see what
I bet he's mad as shit.
he has. Ryan Tannehill. He got Ryan. Yeah, and it's like, and that's why I tried to present him with something else, and he wanted to go straight up. And
All right, so let's try to help the man. All right, can you go to the waiver wire that you and that kid are in the league on? Or is this our big league?
yeah.
Okay. So let's go to the big league. Let's see what we can do. And this is just a friendly help from the main man here. I'm not going to brag, but I did win last year. I'm just going to try to help you guys. Check this out. So he needs a quarterback, a backup. We type in the quarterback number. Bang. Right now, for him, I'd go get Tom Brady and make a phone call and tell him, please start playing for the
That's
Jets.
Yeah, what? There's Desmond Ritter, Zach. Don't even mention his name because he's garbage.
Dude, now Josh Dobbs is not that bad.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's it. That's all
and you go and you think like, are you gonna drop Tannehill? Had a good game last week.
Okay.
And you think to yourself, are you gonna drop him? And go get a Joshua Dobbs? Don't let the fact that he's playing Dallas this week scare you from making a move.
I'll tell you what,
like
I
that.
wouldn't be shorting away from Desmond Ritter either.
Either do I, but Green Bay's defense couldn't stop a nosebleed in that fourth quarter, and he got a rushing touchdown.
Well, this week, Detroit's defense ain't going to stop a nosebleed either, dude. Desmond's got them. So, Anya, if he's watching this, might want to head that guy up, give your boy a friendly little advice. Or I'll tell you what, you be smart. Go get Desmond Ritter and make another trade.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have four starting. You have four starting.
There,
you have four starting quarterbacks here to pick from on the waiver.
That's it.
That's it.
No, 3. There's 3. Who's starting? They only got Ritter, Zach Wilson, and Dobbs.
And then Gardner Minshew.
He ain't starting.
Oh,
come on, man. What are you doing over here? What are you doing?
Your boy's out.
Bro?
Your
what
boy
are you
hurt.
talking about? Hey,
Dude.
what are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about, bro? Don't waste that on me.
Don't do my Florida boy Anthony Richardson like that. Come on. He's from the area, dude.
Well, he's from a team that I absolutely despise, but we will
not talk about our FSU Florida debacle, as we are very good friends. But I do want to tell the people that we did have the opportunity. I did have the opportunity, and I gave it off to you and your best friend. Not your best friend, another good friend of yours. My wife's aunt had second row tickets, 40-yard line to the FSU and LSU football game, opening day college football. Now, I will say that I did have to travel back home that next morning, so I took the opportunity to hand that off to my good friend, Mr. Jesse, as he's a huge FSU fan. And I hear you had a great time.
Oh, blast.
As FSU.
We won't confirm nor deny anything that went on.
That's right. What happens in Camping World Stadium stays in Camping World Stadium.
That's right. That is right.
But I know you had a great time, and I just I thought that was awesome that my aunt was trying to give them to me, and I wanted to go with you. I could, but I'm glad you had it.
No, the whole experience, man. I appreciate that. They had a whole area set up. They had a live band, all the food you could imagine. Man, we just sat there and drank, and then what's her aunt's name?
Right. Now that you've done that to me. Man. Her daughter's name is Shannon, and Vicky.
Vicky, there you go. Vicky. Vicky,
She used to own A1 Orange, the
yeah,
building I think you went to.
she had a badass golf cart there. And my buddy that I brought Rich, he's like, hey, what are you doing with this thing? She's like, anything you want. So we spent all day on the golf cart drinking beer, driving around, got pulled over 4 times by the same exact cop. It was
He said, hey, what are you guys doing again? Come on, what are you doing?
The last time Richie's over there because we're watching the LSU marching band. This bitch jumps over barricades with it and shit and parks it like right where the fucking cops are. He's videotaping and the cop comes over and he looks at me and I'm like, oh, and he's like, shh, shh. And he just taps on his shoulder. Richie turns around. He's like, and he gives the biggest like look of like, damn, we're caught again. But he was cool, man. They were all cool. He said, man, just keep it off the streets and you're good.
Bunch of Central Florida animals we are.
Oh, dude, Florida man shit.
I had to get out of there. But guys, anyway, I want to a few more little tidbits. Like I said, to a few of the people in our league, in any league, you know, hit that waiver wire. Like I'm on the waiver wire twice a day because you never know when, you know, 2-3 times a day when people are throwing people out there, you know, because they don't want it. And you know, there's just like Chris Reynolds is in a lot of these. I've noticed he keeps popping up in a lot of leagues. What do you think about Jahan Dotson? Where are you there? You know, he's got 11 points projected this week. Elijah Moore's catching some passes. There's your boy Dell on another one.
Odell's hurt again, I thought.
No, Dell, not Odell.
Oh.
Your boy.
Yeah, I mean,
what's his name? Tank Dell,
yeah. And the reason why, you know, Dameon Pierce is such a, you know, it's you put a guy in so many times, you got to have a second option. It's like the Jamal Williams effect. You know, where last year, look at what he did. He would just get into, you know, the short red zone situations and he thrived. He had the most touchdowns last year. You know?
Yeah.
And you get a guy like that.
2 points last week.
Yeah. And well, he's hurt too. And I think that's a guy like Tank Dell, what he's going to give you. You know, your Devontae A-Chain, you know, that's a guy that when you give the ball to a Mostert or a Dameon Pierce, you know, 10 times in a drive on a sustained drive, when you get into the red zone, you want those fresh legs in there. And one of these guys come in and, you know, they might not rush for 100 yards, but they might give you 54 and 2 tutties or even 24 and 2 tutties. I'm good with that.
Yeah. Give me a few tips, Mr. Expert. For anyone right now who is 10th, 9th, you know, last in their league, 0-2, haven't scored many points. Give me a few tidbits for some of those guys, and then we'll do it opposite for some of the. If you're last in your league right now, man, what are you doing?
If you're last in your league and you have a team that is just like playing like trash, then you might want to do something. You know, you might want to go and try to start making, you know, trades and trying to, you know, drop players and pick players up and things to that nature. But you run into a situation where I always look, your perfect example. You have had the most points scored against you in our league. And you're really in the top 5 of scoring. You know, so you got to take those things into consideration. So for you, you're like, no, my team is good. I just got to stop getting the team that's going off every week.
Yeah.
You know, and you look at your your bench and you start to see, oh, my bench is doing, and I need to move these players around what I got. Don't go out there and make anything dumb just because you're last. You start to look at those things, and that's where spreadsheets and this come into help, where you're like, okay, I mean, I've had 390 points scored on me so far, and that's, I mean, I think in our situation, that's like above 50 points above everybody else, and we're only 2 weeks in. So that game that you lost, 150 to 165, 25 of that goes your way, you're good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, and it's simple, and like you said, it's as simple as that. Stop trying to, I tell people all the time, go hit the waiver wire, go hit it, go do the waiver wire. But like you just said, if we go back to the matchup 2 weeks ago, to me and you, week 1 in our league, okay, week 1 matchup. We'll check it right now. Let's see if I can. Oh, I can't go back. I don't know why it's not going back. If I go back right now to week 1 versus you, I had 100 and week 1 was versus you, right?
Yeah.
I had 129. Yeah, I scored 129. I think you blew me out by, like 25, 30 points. All I needed to do, like you said, DeAndre Swift got me 1 point. If I'd have swapped him with, say, Tyler Algier, which is one of my running backs, 25.9, probably would have got you.
Yeah.
It's one swap. Don't sit there and, I got to get rid of him. Because you know what? I didn't even flinch to put DeAndre Swift on the bench next week. You know what? 30 points. So, yep, he's only got 31 points in 2 weeks. But hey, I didn't fret and I didn't jump the ship. And I said, hey, you know what? He blew me up last week. What a piece of shit. Put him away.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Because you know what? And again, I lost again, 156 to 165, like you said. And check this out. You know what the problem was this time?
What?
My flex. Breece Hall. 1 point.
What's that?
1 point. All I had to do, check us out. Gabe Davis, 21 points. Would have won me. I probably could have put Tutu Atwell at 15 points there. Probably could have won it for me.
Yeah.
It's one person. Just like, listen, everybody in life, it's one little thing you did. I got to drop Breece Hall because he can't score. Wait a minute. Oh, I hope you drop Breece Hall. Go ahead, please. In any league you want, go drop him. So everybody can look at you and laugh like an idiot. And look at you and laugh like an idiot.
And I think what we're really trying to say, too, in a sense, is if you are behind, you also have to sort of kind of rely on those players that you went out there and picked that, for instance, an A.J. Brown who's done nothing this year. 6 points a week. That's a guy that when do you give up on him? You don't. Yeah. You still play him every week. In my opinion.
Yep.
You still play him every week. And when it comes down to, the guys that are out there 2-0 and everything right now, again, look at what they're scoring. Look at what their offenses are doing in a sense, compared to what is getting put against you, so you can sort of kind of plan on that too, because you get stuck in the projection. Like we always say, stuck in the projection. You're like, oh, well, let me start this guy because he's going to project it and that's going to help me out. No, they've had Jordan Love projected at like 14, 15 points every week.
I think he's hit it once.
And he's, what do you mean hit it once? Jordan Love?
Yeah. Has he hit it yet?
No, he's the third highest fantasy points QB.
Right. So he's been over like.
So he's.
I was thinking.
Yeah, Jordan Love is 43 points.
I was thinking somebody. Joe Burrow hasn't hit. I think 10 points.
Oh yeah, or even Brock Purdy.
Yeah, hasn't hit.
Brock
Purdy. I think his first game hit 10 fantasy points. Am I wrong there? But
he was projected at 19.1 week when he hit 18. Last week he was projected at 17. He was projected at 17.1. He hit 16. This week he's projected at 17. So you see how the trend goes down for him. But in a sense, like Jordan Love, even though Jordan Love has posted a 25 and a 22, he's only projected at 16. He's only went up one, you know, where Brock Purdy is not hit it at all and went down only one.
Right. So those are kind of small little tidbits for some fantasy guys that are 10th and 11th, 12th, whatever. If you're 14th, man, get on the ball. You better get on it.
Yeah, if you're in a 14-man league and you're last good, I mean, that's hard to.
Yep.
You're selling your soul to get there.
Whatever you can do right now, brother, you better do it.
Yeah.
If anybody has not ever played, they need to play the Oaks. It's one of the greatest golf courses.
Damn, you're representing stealing on Facebook or on everything right now to the world.
Represent stealing. What is it? Okay, whatever.
You took it from the golf course.
Well, no, I mean, I remember I used to work for a golf course. I used to find these everywhere.
Not that golf course.
I have, not this golf. This came from a different one. But I looked this one up. It's amazing.
I'll call the Kenosha Police Department. Don't worry.
Sir, there's a guy I know stealing pencils from a golf course.
I have video surveillance evidence.
They're gonna be like stealing
grand theft. That pencil cost $500,000.
That'd be my fucking.
That'd be your luck. Right?
That'd be my luck. It'd be most expensive.
Oh, that was that 800-year-old aged antique wood that we got that bitch out of.
Aretha Franklin used this thing in the golf course.
No, the Declaration of Independence was signed with it in pencil.
But so those are small tidbits for fantasy owners that are like deep in into their leagues and need a way out. I want to give you one or two tips, or I want to ask you a few things. We got about 6 minutes left. I want to tell you a few tips for someone that's leading their league and how to keep leading their league. If you're leading your league 2, congratulations. To keep going, I think in some ways, shape, or form, some of these guys that are in last that are kind of just falling apart, I would sit here and I would try to make a trade. A good bench player that they need. Some of your bench players for a good starter. It's not like they're struggling here. Think about this. If you or one of your starters for 2 of their great bench players that make your team even stronger. Yeah. Think about that. If I have a guy like a number 1 wide receiver that's on like I have a Amon-Ra St. Brown on one of my rosters. He's on my bench. I would easily, if I'm in first place, easily set that up as a trade. Hey, let me get some baller bench guys right now, for this. And I'm just building for later in my league and later on, especially if I'm 2-0 and my team looks pretty good, like things are rolling, pretty well. I think those moves are something you need to make as an owner at the top of your league to stay at the top of your league. And if you're at the top of your league and you're doing well, don't make too many changes. Don't start flipping a lot of stuff around. If it's working, it's working. Mm-hmm. If you're consistently hitting 140, 150, you're going to do pretty damn well this year, any year. Okay. Yeah. So until that team starts to deplete with like injuries and, your quarterback went down, dude, for the year. You had Aaron Rodgers. If you had Aaron Rodgers, if you had Nick Chubb, if you had Austin Eckler all on the same team, okay. I understand. Yeah. Let's make some. You got some work to do, man. You got to do something. But if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean, simple. I'll give you a good example of like what you're talking about. Like in our league, Gavin's leading it, and for instance, he's got Darren Waller. He might go out and be like, "Man, Travis Kelce is going to give me the best thing." And he might go to you with Travis Kelce and say, I'll trade you Darren Waller, Travis Kelce, and you need a little bit of help at running back. I'll give you Isaiah Pacheco on the side too, because he don't need him because he's got Josh Jacobs, Walker, Kenneth Walker, where these guys are, are decent dudes, and he's got BJ Robinson.
But I'm
and,
just gonna
you
say
know-
for any fantasy owner in the world, don't take any trade for Travis Kelce. Don't do it.
I would take that.
I wouldn't take it at all.
I would take
budge.
Darren. I mean, I would take Darren Waller and like a Brandon Ayuk or Isaiah Pachenko for
Now,
Travis.
Darren Waller, Brandon Ayuk, I would think about, but I would desperately need to have a badass backup tight end, to really want to get like
Well,
I would
Darren
have
Waller,
to have like
Darren-
no, I'm saying like I would like already. I would want like Dalton Kincaid or
Yeah.
or something like. Hmm. 'Cause
But
they-
you did say like so that tells you right there, it gets you in the mind of somebody who knows what the hell they're doing with fantasy. Just told you, don't take no trade for Travis Kelce.
don't. I mean, it's so
and-
hard to think about because for any week and every week, man, that's 16 to 30 points in one guy. And you got to make sure you substitute 30 points every week because Travis Kelce is that man, that dude.
Just in
You need to
case.
Make sure that you think Darren Waller, which is a baller, and Brandon Ayuk, which on a great week can put you 30. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. I would think about it. Something I would easily, think about. Travis Kelce for Tyreek Hill. Swap. You know what? You know what? You know what?
No, there you go. There you go. If like he did have Tyreek Hill and you're leading, you
Probably,
can go be like,
probably,
man,
probably wouldn't think about it. Probably wouldn't.
I just need that tight end to get,
Yep.
Darren Waller's great, but Travis Kelce's 10 more points above him.
Yep.
It's like,
You know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't think about it. I might make this switch.
yeah.
But guys, I love you. Love all you guys. We're gonna start doing it every day. Me and Jesse, we're on it. All this stuff's gonna be on YouTube shortly. Please be patient. Jesse, any final words?
With the fantasy thing, man, have fun with it. It's fantasy. What does fantasy mean? Made up, not, it's supposed to have fun. When you put the name fantasy in front of something, it's fun, whether you're in the red light district or you're at, Disney, it's fun, fantasy.
Hey, set your lineups now. Set them now.
Have fun with it. Stay away from Thursday night game.
Stay away. Start everyone for San Francisco.
Everyone.
Have a good night, guys. Love y'all.